Hello, this is Francisco Cribari, and this is my new daily driver. I did a video on it already, and this is my second video, so that's my second impression. This is a System76 laptop, that's the Galago Pro, and it runs Pop OS, which is basically Ubuntu, currently 17.10 plus GNOME, plus some theming and tweaking, and it's a very nice laptop, but it has a few problems. The main problem is battery life is not great, and what they did recently was to add this thing here. You see the option of choosing high performance, balance, and battery life. And in order to enable that, you basically, let me see here, you install those two packages, System76 Power and GNOME Shell extension System76 Power. And after you do that, you may need to restart the computer, but after you do that, you should come here and activate this option here, System76 Power, under extensions, and then you'll be able to choose between balance and battery life, and high performance. But I didn't do any benchmarkings. Probably that improved things a little bit, but not a lot. And if you go to, let me show you here. If you go to YouTube and you search for best Linux laptop 2018, and you're gonna find this video here, and he mentions the System76 laptops, but he does not recommend those laptops just because of battery life. And he claims that you can barely get 4 hours of battery life, and that's the reason why he doesn't recommend System76 laptops. So that's something that the folks at System76 should improve, I believe. And my other problem with System76 was the way they handle high DPI displays. This computer comes with a high DPI display, which is basically 3200 by 1800 pixels. And when you connect the laptop to a lower resolution monitor or to a lower resolution projector using, say, an HDMI cable, Pop OS automatically and without asking the user lowers the resolution in the primary display to match the low resolution in the external projector or external monitor. And I don't want to do that. And Pop OS does that automatically. And without asking the user, you should not do that. In my opinion, that's Linux. You should not do things automatically without asking the user. That's not Windows. This is Linux after all. And then I contacted the folks at System76, and they told me to create this file here, system76-daemon.json, and that disables that option. But that option should never be enabled, I think. You should not automatically change the main display resolution just because I connect my laptop to an external projector, for instance. let me handle that. I want to be able to handle resolutions and monitors and external displays. At best, when I connect my laptop to an external display, show me a menu of options and include in that menu the option to disable that menu. And I want to be able to handle external monitors and projectors and select resolutions and refresh rates and whatever. Let me do that, and don't do anything automatically for me. And another problem that I had, that I've been having since yesterday, and I contacted the folks at System76 today about that, is that even though my maximum resolution is 3200 by 1800, I don't want to run that. I want to run my laptop at full HD resolution. So I set full HD resolution here in the GNOME system settings, but when I reboot my machine since yesterday, it goes back to high DPI, to 3200 by 1800 automatically. And again, don't do those things for me. I want to be able to choose my display resolution. You should not choose that for me. If I want to run it at full HD, let me run it at full HD. If I want 1900 by 1920 by 1080, let me set that, and when I reboot my machine, let me have 1920 by 1080. And that's another problem that I've been having with high DPI. And my feeling is that the folks at System76 have been trying very hard to do smart things for high DPI displays that would somehow differentiate them from other vendors or from other Linux distributions, perhaps. But my feeling is that they should not touch that. Let users handle external displays. This is Linux. And if you want to help users, give them a menu of choices, but don't do anything automatic. I don't want my operating system to trying to figure out what I want and doing things automatically for me. So, but my main complaint is about battery life. Battery life is not good, let me be honest. And it's probably a little bit better after they added this option here of battery life. But my feeling, and I did not do any measurements, but my feeling is that it would probably be better just to install TLP. They should install TLP and they should configure TLP, and probably would be better than that. I have another computer, another laptop that runs Manjaro KDE and has a smaller battery. You see, this one is 36. The one in my Samsung laptop is 30, and I can get longer battery life there with my Manjaro plus Manjaro KDE than here. And Manjaro comes with TLP installed by default and somewhat fine-tuned, and the default configuration. And my feeling is that the folks at System76 should consider doing that. And as for Pop OS, it's a nice OS. It's basically Ubuntu plus GNOME plus some theming, but the theme is very nice. You see, this is the Pop theme here, and I like the colors. The colors are slightly vintage. I like that. I don't like most of the branding wallpapers. And the wallpapers that come with System76, especially those down here, they are very cartoonish, and the System76 laptops are aimed at scientists and programmers and so on, and that's way too cartoonish for scientists. That's my feeling, that's my taste. But I love the colors, I love the icons, their icons, but I have a problem, a minor suggestion regarding their icons. Let me show you that. I do a lot of photography, and I use 3 image viewers. That's the native GNOME image viewer, which is Eye of GNOME, GwenView, which is the default image viewer in KDE Plasma, in KDE, and also Geeky. And if I open, let me open here, this image with image viewer, and let me open another one with Geeky, and let me open another one with GwenView. See, I use all 3 for different reasons. I use all 3 image viewers, but they all have the same icon. So if I'm looking here at the GNOME dock, this is actually Dash2Dock. I'm using the Dash2Dock extension. The icons are the same, so just by looking at the icons, I'm unable to tell which is which. I have to hover the mouse here. This is Eye of GNOME, and now I know that this is Geeky, and now I know that this is GwenView. My suggestion is to have a different icon for each application, just like what you get with the default icon set in KDE Plasma, which is Breeze. In Breeze, those 3 icons are different, so just by looking at the KDE panel, we can tell which is Eye of GNOME, which is Geeky, and which is GwenView. So that's my suggestion to them. But except for that, I like their theme, and it's very nice and good looking, and I like the colors. They are slightly vintage, and I like that. So my main concern about System76 laptops is battery life. Except for that, I like their laptops a lot, and this Galago Pro, which has lots of ports, including an Ethernet port, and yeah, I'm very happy with that. But I just hope that they will be able to make to improve battery life. We should have something like 6 hours of battery under normal usage, and under normal usage just browsing the web and watching a couple of YouTube videos and doing some minor things, I can get something like 4 hours if I'm lucky. So my feeling is that they should concentrate on that, and they should try to improve battery life. My second suggestion is don't mess around with high DPI the way you have been doing. Don't do anything automatic. Let the user decide how he or she wants to handle external monitors and external displays. Don't try to guess what people want and then do some automatic resolution change. And except for that, I'm very happy with the laptop. It's very nice to be able to buy a laptop with Linux pre-installed and with the drivers and the operating system fine-tuned to the hardware. And it's also great to be able to update BIOS and do some firmware upgrading through Linux. So I'm happy. I recommend System76 laptops, but I have to be honest that battery life is not very good, and I hope that they will improve on that in the near future.